It's March 5th, 2014, current time 11:27 GMT. Jay Meisler here from GVI Forex on global-view.com, the daily Forex outlook. Before I go on, just stay tuned at the end of this video for an important message that's relevant to trading and the markets. Focus today is on the euro, which is trading softer and is starting to retrace some more of those gains taken after last Friday's inflation report came out. For those who follow me, and I pointed out to start the week, this is potential for a Jay Meisler Monday effect week, and that's why he suggested jotting down the Monday high. If you're interested in what this is, please contact me. But if the high holds into Thursday and Friday, there's a increase the risk on the downside. Suffice it to say that. Now we're looking ahead to the ECB meeting tomorrow. Market is starting to finally factor it in. I don't know it took so long, but after last Friday they kind of dismissed no moves by the ECB. Now it seems like it's a toss-up. The longer shot seems to be a cut of rates to into negative territory, but there's a possibility of some easing move tomorrow, and there's been chatter that they could stop sterilizing bond purchases, which would increase liquidity and presumably weaken the euro. But the euro, ECB has a history of confounding, and we will see what happens. But for the moment, the markets turn a little defensive, and that's why the euro's come off. Look at the daily chart. The 20-day moving average is 136.90, and you got the cluster here of the 50-day and the 100-day. It comes in between 136.35 to 42, and within that range is the key level, 136.40. This is the key level. It was a low before, the high to 138.25. We haven't recovered this trend line, thus we're retracing. We've tested just below 137.10, which is 61.8% of 136.40 to 138.25. You go to the 4-hour chart. It shows a support here around 136.93, which is close to that 20-day average of 136.90 before 136.40. We're testing the 100 period moving average. The 200 period comes in here with distance at 136.49. If you look at the 1 hour below the 200 and 100 hour moving averages, so that's moving lower. If you want a pivotal level today, it's 137.20, which was about yesterday's low, and it was also the overnight low before we broke down to around 137.07. So watch 137.20, also one of my magic levels. If it stays below it, the risk goes to 136.90 with potential 136.40. If we go back above it, then we're back into that range to 137.50, but only above 137.50 would restore a really strong bid. So as those also follow me know, when we're within 250 levels, 136.50 to 137.50, 137 will eventually set the tone. If it could hold above 137, that it will keep a bid, but it's got to get back up 137.20 to ease some of the downward pressure. Right now, the market is more defensive than aggressive, and that's why the euro is selling off a little bit. But so far, still within that 137 to 138 range. If it stays between 137, 138, then 137.50 is going to set the tone. If 137 gets tested, then 137 will set the tone between 136.50 and 137.50. Some U.S. data coming out today. But market seems to be looking ahead to the ECB meeting tomorrow. We can discuss that further before the meeting starts, but suffice it to say, it's turned the euro a little defensive. Now, what I wanted to mention was, in my monthly newsletter, and you'll see it, the link right here at the bottom of the video, I addressed two parts: the Fed tapering and the ECB meeting. And that, with the ECB meeting coming tomorrow, I suggest you read it. But there's also an interesting article about dollar yen and its tendency in its March fiscal year end month, and what that implies for the dollar yen this month. So mark down 101.77 is February's close, and then I suggest reading the article. So there's an embedded link here. All you have to do is click on it. It'll take you to the newsletter, and we'll see you at this time tomorrow.